I think that going through the health issues starting, that led me into just like, you know what? I don't really give an F what anyone thinks. Like, I really forced me to this place, and I think everything happens for a reason. But it did force me into just like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks of me. But as far as how I knew I was transgender is that there's this thing called gender dysphoria, and it's basically like this self-hatred of like anything of your assigned sex at birth or different things. And so I struggled with gender dysphoria from the earliest memories I have as a young child. And, you know, I just thought it was so obvious to everybody. Also, I look back to, and just like, even as when I had told my family, I was like, think about me as a child. You know, you had two sons, me in the middle, and then two daughters. What did you treat me more like? What roles did I take on more in the family? And they were like, now that you think of it, you've always kind of been our daughter versus my brothers. And it was, you know, so similar to my sisters. And, you know, when things got rough in my family, I kind of took on a more maternal role for my sisters. And so it's one of those things where it's just always come very naturally to me. I've always only been friends with like women for the most part. I'm scared to death of men. You know, not that that's the thing, but it just was like such a feeling. I remember being a tiny child and just being so angry that I was a boy and just being like, I hate this. I hate this. And I would always be like, God made a mistake on me. And I had no clue what transgender was. I didn't know what any of that meant. I just knew that I felt like God made a mistake. And so there was always that in the background of me knowing it. And it was this constant thing of like, as soon as my mind would drift there, I'd be like, stop it, stop. Like I'd fight with myself in my head almost. And I remember as a kid, one time I went as like a prostitute, which for Halloween, and my cousin went as my pimp. And I was like 10 or something. I don't even know. It was the 90s. I wore my mom's like white fur coat and like, I had a long blonde wig, and I remember being so freaking happy, but I had to like hide it, like my happiness as far as just like having this wig. And oh my God, I would wear like mop head, you know, like the mops with like the fringe on both sides.